Cannon fodder with a bad radio. Cannon fodder with a good radio. Cannon fodder with good durability.
I suppose if they were very lucky, they could give us a headache with that AT rifle.
Most of you probably remember this one as the first anti-tank infantry. I'm glad they learned to stop ambushing enemy infantry. I feel like these guys need a damage buff to be considered useful. They actually work pretty well as mechanized infantry. His only job is to see things and steal kills. The only 3-range radio in the game, and I hope that doesn't change anytime soon, otherwise these guys will be worthless.
Need a light?
The flame unit rework in general has just made flame units much more viable compared to before. It's like a light gunner, but for things in cover. Spammable artillery unit. Very basic artillery unit. Very versatile artillery unit. Despite being nerfed so many times, I feel like these are still the most popular artillery.
The world consists of 2 types of people, artillerymen and targets.
They feel a lot more accurate than before ever since gunships came out. But even then, light gunships don't need radios to fire, so I feel like if you wanted to fire rockets everywhere, you might as well bring light gunships instead. It's pretty much a better armored field gun. A very tanky howitzer. Thanks to ambush filtering, these guys no longer waste their shells on infantry that walk into their line of sight. Like all ambush units, these guys aren't very good at attacking. These guys can't 2-shot battle tanks anymore, which is just a huge disappointment. You probably think its ambush can affect a huge area, but sadly trees and vision exist, so it's not going to be able to use any of that range for ambushing. You probably want to level this up as quickly as you can. Better against infantry than actual planes. An AT gun that can aim very high up. Spammable supplies. Fast supplies. Multi-supplies. So these guys now have fuel, and while it does make sense, I'm kinda sad. They were so fun to use without fuel. It can speed down a road and get one-shot by an RPG. It might see further than a recon tank, but I'm still calling this thing a discount recon tank. On roads, multi-move is actually very good for hit and runs. Off-road, not so much. The lorry is no longer British. Spam these in guest build-up to become 100% track. A tin can for 3 infantry. A very well-armed tin can for 2 infantry. Pretty much a box full of bullets. Spammable armor. Still a very solid frontline unit. The base model of armored units. The gas-guzzling SUV of armored units. The most popular unit in the game. It feels like 80% of people can't play without it. You might as well just buy 2 grunts. I'm surprised it costs the same as the regular medium tank. Just a few more turns and this thing will finally reach the enemy.
Ammo, fuel, spare parts, anything you want.
It gets really tough out there on a motorboat. No wonder these guys dropped their radio in the water.
Long-range ballistics.
The bane of submarines. An incredibly powerful artillery piece. They can actually be resupplied at airports now. Sadly, the only map you can do this is Pearl Harbor. I still have not seen any players use this thing. I want to say this is the equivalent of buying a lottery ticket, but that second attack of theirs can one-shot pretty much anything. If Grunt's M were named Daniel, this would be the cooler Daniel. Just leave any anti-tank ambusher next to the tracks and this will eventually walk right into your trap. I don't think I have ever seen this thing fire. Sturm Tiger named Fritz, Sturm Tiger named Hans. A radio tech's favorite target. He's more powerful in real life than he is in this game.
As long as he lives, the heart of this army cannot be broken.
It's not strong, it's just annoying. Remover of battle tanks. They are even more annoying commandos. The day we can start building these is the day people stop using tanks. Keep him surrounded by vehicles at all times. Renamed Rangers. A renamed supply carrier. Renamed medium tank. A renamed heavy... Oh, well, you know, you get the picture. I'm gonna skip the rest of Battle Bayram's units. They're just renamed versions of existing units that have more ammo. Wait, there is something new. Quick, sacrifice something to this each turn until the mission ends.